Patrick. Switch to the other side. Over there by the window.
Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Well, my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the former MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons as they take on Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. It'll be Jacoby Brissett under center for the Colts. He, of course, made 15 starts in Andrew Luck's absence 2 years ago. Not much required of him last year. He threw just 4 passes total. But that experience as a starter, very valuable in this learning process. First down, Brissett, and incomplete to open things up. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target, and that'll bring up second down. And here are the Colts offensive starters.
Brian Kelly's a great example of how valuable centers have become in the NFL. A former first-round pick, he was plugged in immediately to be a starter to handle big nose tackles as well as blitzing linebackers, and also able to move and get out into the run game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. But it'll be 2nd down. The starters defensively now for the Falcons. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game,
did.
right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone.
What?
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Not much on live right now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13
No,
after
I'm
the
live
first
on
down
YouTube.
run goes backwards.
We'll see.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11
I'm actually live on
situation.
YouTube now.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's
I
definitely
don't
one of the
know if
better
you can pull me
linebackers
up while
at
I'm
reading the
live,
play and flowing to make the stop before it turns
might
into something
can.
big.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first
All right,
down
hold on.
at the 29. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Dang.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman.
Man,
An
who played?
80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra
Who won,
point
who
pending.
lost?
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want.
What's
right
up,
now,
Vince?
they are sprinting past them.
Now they'll line
No,
up
I'm
to kick
talking
the extra point.
about my fans on YouTube.
And it is now 21-0.
Oh, man. That's what's up.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Yeah, we 21-0 right now. Falcons.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
I'm playing Indianapolis Colts.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brissett sets to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett, and that will be incomplete.
What up, number 2?
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
What's been going on, bro?
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. One of the best punt returns we'll see, 93 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Let's just call that play what it was. Bold, dashing, daring, and a big-time return for a touchdown.
Fielding a punt inside
What's
the
good,
10.
Memphis?
Most coaches, they frown upon that, don't they?
They really do. I do know some special teams coaches.
Man, not much live right now.
8, and he's right in that gray area, and he made that play work in a massive way.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point.
Obvious in the first one.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here.
I don't know. I may do that, or I may do chicken fried steak.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Brissett down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet, the little rubber pellets. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a run is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll start on the ground with Mack, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Indianapolis.
A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 16 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
You talk the key. You talk the key.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
To the bench out all time. But Ken said he don't want to go because he died. And like I told Ken, I'm like, you a grown-ass woman.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out the gun for Sam. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
No, she ain't got to go.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some
I
point,
better cuss
you
get that one
together
arm
a
out.
drive
Get
to
the
keep
hell
your
on.
defense from having to go right back out on the field.
Y'all can overstage. Y'all can overstage all welcome. Get the hell on.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Son there too.
This is taken at the 18.
That's messed up.
Falcons.
Wait, son there too?
He covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, if you're into cheesy movies,
no, she ain't got to go there because then you know Kenya there.
Second return touchdown of the game. What if I'm not into cheesy?
Ain't Kenya there too?
Go ahead and get into it, man, because I just did it, and you're going to green light that one. How about those returns?
She got her mama house to the 29th.
Kicking him.
Yeah, they might want to go away from him in the future.
Why the 29th? What happened?
Able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
Live right now.
Sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone.
I want you smashing over there, bro.
And the Falcons grab it. Taking it right down Broadway.
I probably missed some nachos.
This is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcons.
I probably missed some nachos today. All right.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the inside, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
31 yards there to first down.
What's up with everybody?
This is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early, and of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They toss to Freeman. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone.
Into the end zone.
Devontae Freeman.
Devontae Freeman.
Of the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
Hold on, y'all.
3 all ready for it. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On first down, Ryan. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes as his guys continue to pour it on. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
What's up, y'all?
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colt offense and T.Y. Hilton making their way back out. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Taken from just outside the 30. And he's loose again. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That punt returns 69 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
All right, count him along with me. That's his third return for a touchdown in this game. Why is the ball being kicked to him? That would be my question.
I was just going to ask you the same question because we see 2 occasionally. I mean, very rare. 3, unbelievable. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so well.
Hey. What you doing? Hey, what are you doing?
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing, Brissett, and an incomplete pass. Here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's been in a pretty good group. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
Really helps your play calling because now you're in a position where you're confident in either aspect of the game. Dial it up and let it go. And so far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely. Have the lead here in the 2nd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. He's got it at the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, we've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdown.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Oh, man. We're doing the Colts dirty.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical?
Halftime.
Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start at New Era Field. Buffalo playing host to Cincinnati. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Cole Beasley, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Check on the Patriots. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A reminder coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ball on the 30.
I think they're coming in
with a 2nd and 5. Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. 70 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On play action, Brissett. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at him. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball. Here's the kick.
What up, Giants? Guy.
Fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A first down throw for Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Hey, hold on. I'm going to be right back. Hey, yo, what up? Mother.
So the big fella gets on the scoreboard.
My bad, y'all. I'm back.
Good thing he didn't have to go
James,
too far, though.
The
what's
trainers
up?
are very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now it's Mack, draw play. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something.
And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Covered a lot of ground there, 81 yards on the punt return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
To throw, Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. This is taken at the 23. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to...
And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play. We're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll look to run with Freeman.
Woo shit! Woo shit!
And he will take it
Oh, God.
Touchdown.
Talking a lot.
Devontae Freeman.
I'm doing my TikTok.
First touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. So the big play to kick off the drive set him up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash
I did it right.
away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success. Because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play fake. Brissett. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. to throw is Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mac McKinley made his way into the backfield.
What's my message? It's on TikTok. It's on TikTok. You can't undo this. And it just sound like
So we will switch ends.
Are you talking about this helium thing?
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just about on his own goal line. Taking it about the 36.
Oh, they still got me.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 41 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
Me and Jack was dancing together. You want to see our TikTok? You want to see what we did?
Hold on, y'all.
Wait, it's dialogue.
I did this one a while back.
See, look.
Oh, man.
We did that, Jack. Did you stop with it? We did that. I saw you with me. You want to just stop with me, too?
Touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest
You just like us
you'll ever
that.
see. One play, touchdown. Now after the touchdown,
You being
it's
cool
Bosher
like
to kick it away.
me and Jack in the phone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You can feel better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. Indianapolis moving the chains there with a gain of 12.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around the line.
Devin, you have to move him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm driving alone.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally divided by this.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the get-go.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I did the kick down
Hands
there.
on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder just to move it around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A great return there, 22 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Getting set to get Julio Jones now. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
His team out in a big way.
He wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers but they still let you know.
And he is in the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As as his guys continue to pour it on.
This game is definitely over. We do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Mom said she getting up at 10:30. Because what the Peter's coming over.
You and I, we think about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people
We'll
that
see you next.
get some more scores from my family.
Okay, I'm gonna just try to blow it back up.
You can, Jackson. It's
We went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
Wait, I can put a whole bunch of eggs and then I did it down. No!
I want to do this one.
It sounds like it's
Very fun. Yeah.
Bro, if you do a whole bunch of eggs, it'll make you like yours.
We can do it when you get done.
This one was over a while ago as they just add on to
Me and
their
him gonna do that when he gets done with them.
And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, one touchdown pass in the end zone.
You can help us with that one, dude. You know how to freeze it to where it's you and Jackie, and then it's me and her?
She know how to do that. You can come out. Switch the camera to towards down, then down.
Now after the touchdown, it's Botcher to kick
Don't
it
do it
away.
right now.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Colts coming out now. And right now these guys shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, they start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex. Maybe try to catch the drive.
Throwing to start the drive, but they are incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The snap. And that will be incomplete. Trying to get the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
She know how to make our face
Trials and
out.
tribulations of being a quarterback in this league. It's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game.
And you have to
Much better.
And all that does
I'm gonna sign her up for
in the
that.
secondary. They feel good about
I
what
did
they're
make
doing.
Tommy go down, you know.
Take it in at the 22.
Daddy never look at
So dangerous with the football in his hands.
keep
Call that a return of 38. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Stop blowing on my booty.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And what do they start thinking about?
I can't wait till we get our read. I can't wait till we get our when we play ball on
You
here.
got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your time
I gotta read. You gotta get the heart
and try and score yourself. But
Oh
now
yeah,
is the time to start using those
tell your grandma about you a read so we can play the read game.
2-minute warning. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
No,
Nintendo.
Now a handoff looking
Nintendo
right.
read.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
No, not
Now
that
it's looking
time.
incredibly likely to be a
It's
3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Okay, I gotta be right here. Hold on.
Now after the touchdown, it's Botcher to kick it away.
It don't give me a headache.
Gave you one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 40. They're just looking for nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. There he goes left side. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcons. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to actually get kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that.
Oh, yeah,
He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right?
Yeah, you do I ever?
I'm not giving no kids. You know what, niggas?
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball. Here's the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
I gotta do it over?
On first down, they'll start out with Mack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a second and 13.
We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
You all right, Jenny?
Okay. I got, right here. I got
need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after that. And he drops up the football near his own goal line. And the Falcons grab it. And that might just cement it.
I didn't run. You didn't tell me to go.
It gives some to the defensive coordinator here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually get kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play result for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you don't
You
do
know
it
what? You put it right here.
Able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
1, 2, 3 little boo.
Hey, use the jazz hands.
Put your big fat booty up.
Use the jazz hands.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a
Dad,
score.
why?
And that'll carry
Look at
over the
you.
back line of the end zone for a touchback.
You look down like you look at her, like you look at me.
For real?
They're just obviously getting short.
He left it up.
It looked like he look at me.
No, I was looking at her and I looked down and looked back up. Like, who is she talking to? Who's she talking to like that?
Use that as ammo going.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. Who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
We are human.
Here's the set. Nowhere to go here. He lost Falcons
We're back here. A whole bunch of ice cream.
just about do it. They return it to the end zone.
Did I read that 13 people following me? Wait, Jacqueline.
They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is
I
so
should have
nice
did. I should have pushed your
defensive
head.
guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up.
I should have done like this.
Resulted for his guys.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that.
I like the credit to the defense there.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you do I ever.
Still an important piece of business to take care of the extra point.
I just hurt myself and fell off probably bad because of Mama Didi. If I fall off the bed, I'm just
This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
It don't hurt me what I fall.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
I'm home with the same energy, so I made him do this with me.
Back over, yo.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And heading back out there now, the Falcons defense here. They are looking to preserve this shutout, so for them, a lot on the line.
A lot on the line, a lot of pride that goes into that. Because let's face it, when you've had that kind of a day, you do not want any type of a fluke play to end it. You're going to win the game. That's not the issue. But to have a clean ledger going into the locker room and sitting on film next week, oh, that's satisfying.
Good.
That's the way to do it.
They're looking to cradle that goose egg. A second down throw for Brissett. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe, because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Brissett. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. They haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Pulled in at the 24.
Really?
That looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And his guys are going to have a first and goal down at the 3-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll run here. He will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I would not eat that.
Me neither.
I don't we don't probably don't eat shrimp.
Yeah, that's the clincher.
Hello, James.
Icing on the cake, if you
I
will.
look at our house. I look at our big picture.
What up, James?
They'll go in for 2. They'll kick the point after. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Who's coming?
They just made it.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
I still get that baby picture of you and Jackman when you just fighting with
It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard.
Remember that one?
A little soul-searching now?
No,
So, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. You see advantage, you get another chance. It gives you a better chance to do it right.
I don't like hearing me. All I did was go in there.
Set to throw on first.
I don't have to eat that.
The only time I go to win is to go get they frosty.
They're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of this caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on second down. Brissett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
I love that song.
It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right?
Yeah, do I ever?
School was all good, I paid attention. She saw me and my birthday. I'm like, that ain't your birthday, it's my
And you can
birthday.
bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball. Here's the kick away following a
Yeah,
fumble
that
return.
was that was her birthday.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the Falcons defense getting set to go again. They played excellent. Another stop here. That would just be the icing on the cake.
You definitely want to finish things off the way it's gone throughout the day, and it's gone awfully well for them. They don't want to give up any type of a fluke, any type of a good play here. That'll leave a bad taste in their mouth as they go in and celebrate.
Yeah, they want that good cake taste, right?
No doubt about it. That 6-layer cake.
Second down for set again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Probably saying drink. You not sure about that.
Here's the set. And that is
Diana or Anna, okay? That is not the hardest to say.
He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground.
I'm
Giving him some credit.
I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know? Mental focus. Yeah, that's true. Stay with it. That's true.
They'll look to set up his blockers. Well, he's loose again.
Yeah, I put him up like a dog.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? He's playing in this game, there are no feelings there.
Exactly. They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might have been in the same room. Actual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Crew able to connect on the extra point. And that will extend this big lead. Return for a score. Let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point? You just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, Coach, that's it. Okay, it hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here and no one gets hurt. The guys will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something. Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution, you look forward, and get ready for your next game.
Oh, we gotta face the
You gotta face another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Brissett sets to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And some space here. And that will write a finish to this ball.
Game over, y'all.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. They have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that, you're out there fresh playing.
What's that? That's like, I did not say
a ton of spring in their step.
But that's some food, but that was how it's
So for Atlanta, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a...
I did give you, I had give you somebody 80. Only I didn't get no
York is still in the
No, somebody ate it. It's a half protect in that bowl. Somebody ate it.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Look like I'm sprouting.
You look like you were sprouting, man.
Because I'm just
Shake that shit.
I don't care if he like, what the world? I don't care if he like.
Yeah.
Why?